Hello, I'm Sally, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Let me get this up here. I want to try to keep it in a light. I wish I had a corner light, but I don't. Try to keep this where you can see it. I'm going to do the second ferment. This has lost a lot of its fizz, most of it, and there's sediment on the bottom. This is the little coffee that I started that I really had fun with. So I'm going to drain it and put it in a clean jar. And I'm going to add coffee. And I was watching other videos about a pineapple, a pineapple fermentation. And they used brown sugar. And, you know, well, I'm going to see if this will really go. I'm going to use brown sugar as the main sweetener. Now, original kombucha, you can get all tutti frutti faluti, but coffee just has a little bit different flavor, and I think the brown sugar would be perfect to bring out the coffee tones. With the molasses, maybe give it a little closer to a caramel taste. I don't know. It might not taste good at all, but I'm going to do this. Okay, that's about 3 tablespoons. I'm going to do about 4 tablespoons. And those aren't perfect, so I keep my brown sugar, and I usually keep everything in a separate container to try to keep bugs and mice out of it and stuff. Well, I'm going to go ahead and drain this. And drain out the raisins. And, I'm not going to squeeze the extra juice out of them. I'm just going to throw them away. I just love doing stuff like this. I just love putting stuff together in a jar or a bowl and seeing what happens. Alright, now I'm going to put this in my sink. I'm going to add coffee, probably about there, maybe a little over half full. And I'm going to stir the coffee. And this is cold coffee. This was left over, and it had time to cool down. So I'm going to stir that sugar in. But I thought, I think it's called Cuchache, something like that. I can't remember what it's called, but it's a pineapple fermentation that they use brown sugar in. And I'm like, I bet that would be good with my coffee kombucha thing going on. And really, this isn't true kombucha, but I'm having fun. So, I'm really having fun with this. And, you know, it's like I say, the worst it can do is not work. And I already have the jars and the lids and everything. This is the second ferment. And I'm really not looking for it to grow a SCOBY. But, you know, I'm really into stuff like this. And I think it automatically likes that brown sugar. So, now, this is on, I think today will be day 15 on this. And a lot of the apples have just more or less relaxed. There's still a few to the top. A lot of the fizz has went out of it. And it still smells pretty strong. It still smells pretty boozy. But it's not bubbling like it was. So, I think this is almost ready for its second ferment. I think today's day 14, actually. But I'm going to stir these around. The apples just aren't in a hurry to go to the top. And it's not forming the bubbles. And it's actually creating a little bit of lees now, so. But it's not fizzy like it was. I'm going to cover this back up. And I got my new coffee. And I might do another video later. I found in the back of my fridge my sourdough starter. And yeah, she looks pretty hangry. So I might do a video later. I'll get my stuff ready to go and take maybe a tablespoon of this, maybe a couple tablespoons. But this has been in the fridge. There's no fuzzies on the side. And it's grown a hooch. I'll pour most of that hooch off and just take a couple of tablespoons of it and give it a really big feeding. And I'm pretty sure I can bring this back to life. But I thought I was out of sourdough starter. But I'm going to go ahead and feed that later. Ooh, what is that? Maybe I do have some. No. Well, what is that? No. That's, it's not fuzzy. Okay, that's just where there's like a little hole or something, like a little place that's not. Well, anyway, smells kind of fruity, actually. It doesn't smell musty or moldy. You know how mold and mildew smells. It doesn't have that smell. So I'm gonna get my stuff ready and probably make another video on how to salvage this. And no, I'm not saving the discard. So just wanted to show you what I'm up to. Got this in a nice clean jar. I get to wash my other jar and lid. And it seems to be liking the brown sugar. And but I thought, well, what a better way to bring out the coffee tones in the coffee than brown sugar with the molasses. Now, the worst this can do is taste terrible. But, you know, I get so many ideas about how to do things and how to make something work and how to get this going. And, well, what if I throw this and this and this into a jar and see what it does? Let's just see what it does, if it works or not. I just have fun with it. And, you know, this is probably about 1/4 of a cup of brown sugar, maybe a little over 1/4 of a cup. I don't know. I wasn't really too accurate at measuring. And then just my regular coffee. You know, yeah, my coffee pot's dirty, isn't it? Yeah, I gotta wash that. And it's cold. It was left kind of sitting out and had cooled. And then I found my sourdough starter. I'm going to refresh this later. But I'm just kind of showing you what I'm up to right now. And maybe if this gets going in 3 or 4 days. See, today's Saturday. I seriously doubt if I bake any bread this week. We've got a lot to do. I've got to clean my whole house out and get stuff ready to go and just throw a bunch of stuff away. We've got to sort out all our stuff. So we've got a lot to do. But I just wanted to kind of keep you posted on what I'm doing. The first one was so funny. If you watch the video Fizzy Coffee, it's hilarious. The fizziest thing I ever made, and something I didn't think would do anything, because it's coffee, and everybody's like, well, coffee's not as nutrient dense for kombucha as tea is. And then I watched another video where they were doing the second ferment on the coffee, and after the second ferment, they really did not like the taste of it. Well, that got me to thinking, what could I use that would help bring out a natural coffee flavor, and that would be rich enough to really ferment? And then I watched other videos about different things. I watch YouTube all the time, and especially when I'm trying to get ideas together. And then I think it's called gazpacho. I may be pronouncing that wrong. I probably am. It's pineapple rinds, pineapple, water, and brown sugar, and you throw it together. Now, I'm probably saying the word wrong, but I do not remember exactly what it's called. But they used brown sugar, and I'm like, I bet that would be a really good way to bring the coffee tones back into the coffee, because brown sugar is much more rich with the molasses. So, and it might help make it more of a caramel tone. So, that's what I did. Well, thank you for watching, and you have a wonderful day.